music and we're talking over it. Here you go. Here's your riff. Very cool. That would take me 10 years to learn how to play on the guitar. I think, Fred, you're a good guitar player. Can you play that?
Not in a long time. I'll have to go and see if I can play it.
Like you'd have to practice.
Why is this so
you'd have to
difficult?
practice. It's not that it's difficult. It's got a feel to it. You've got to nail it.
Yeah, you can't do that with an acoustic. You need an electric guitar.
No, absolutely. I mean, he had a lot of years to study Lennon, because that's a Lennon riff.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it
Why do
is.
you got to say that?
Because he was trying to ape Lennon.
No, he
Trying to-
wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Hey, I
The
resent
echo,
that.
the whole voice.
You don't think he liked to sound like other people?
This was clearly a response to stuff that he did on Imagine. How Do You Sleep?
Ridiculous.
The
They
truth.
did affect each other, Howard. And there was a bit of competition.
I know
was.
that, but Freddie's discounting his accomplishment here by
not at
saying,
all.
oh, this is a Lennon riff.
I think he did a great imitation.
Oh,
Not
my
easy
God.
to do.
Oh, my God. I'm disappointed in you, Fred.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with stealing an art.
You can both leave. Out of my studio. Hey, Jason, this is Jason from Texas. Fucking guy wrote a
He's working alone now. He fired me.
I like it. Yeah, I like the guy who wrote a masterpiece. And Fred's like, yeah, he's just doing a Lennon thing.
Well, it was-
no, he's doing a
he
Beatles
did it
thing.
on purpose.
He's a Beatle.
He's a Beatle.
All right. I hate arguing.
If you listen to anybody else, you can hear it's derivative of something else.
Okay. It's derivative of his music. Jason, go ahead. You're on the air.
All right, enough about the Beatles. Jesus.
Shut up.
Well, you better have something good to
Yeah,
say.
you better be interested.
Sorry.
Because we were fascinated.
Yeah, sorry. I called in because I've been getting laid in about 12 years, and it was not for the lack of trying, but probably about after 2 years, I developed a lot of flatulence.
I can't believe you can't get laid. You seem like a dynamic guy, you know?
No,
A real ladies' man, a
Yeah.
talker.
The way you have the way you say flatulence, you sound like a catch.
well, I'm the lady dressed the drunk.
Oh, you're a drunk. Yeah, well, you don't get laid
Yeah.
for
And
12
maybe that's
years.
your
But
flatulence
it's not
problem right
that.
there.
It's not that. But I haven't been able.
Are you drunk right now?
I'm sorry?
Are you drunk right now?
A little bit. But,
A little bit. God, I'm
What, you've had a drink already today?
well, no, the night has not ended for me.
Yeah.
I'm in Texas.
He's drinking from last
Oh,
night.
in Texas, the night is not ending.
In Texas right now, it's not 8:12. It's like 8:12 at night.
Well, I live for the night. I'm not a day person at all.
You don't sound like a day person. You don't sound like the kind of guy who has some get up and go. All right, Jason, no
I'm just
offense,
a
but I'm
delivery
kind of
guy.
bored. I'd rather talk about Paul McCartney and John Lennon.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He wants to keep us.
I would guess
He's not
if you,
keeping you.
I don't know if you're asking for advice, but I would guess you haven't had sex in 12 years because I don't think it's your flatulence problem. It's that you're an alcoholic. And women generally are looking for a guy who maybe takes some responsibility because we're animals and women are looking for a good father to mate with.
Well, shelter and cover.
That's right. Shelter,
It's
cover.
not that.
You gotta,
It's not that.
Nest.
And part of it is I'm so shocked I got through. But it's not because I'm an alcoholic. It is because I do have extreme flatulence. I don't know why.
well, you probably eat really shitty
I just
food.
fart so much.
He farts
You
so
fart
much.
because
No,
you're
that's the thing.
drinking and you're
That's the
probably,
thing.
you know.
That's the thing. I've always ate what I wanted to eat
That's the
in
problem.
the past. And I had no problem.
Well, you're getting older. How old are you?
Older? I'm 41.
You're 41 years old. You eat like shit. You drink too much. You're up all hours of the night. You didn't get any sleep. So your body's flipping out.
Yeah, why would somebody want to be with you?
Well, I'm a night owl by nature.
You're what?
Even,
I know.
Night owl.
What's that got to do with somebody wanting you?
No, it's not that.
And by the way, when you're around a woman, how about holding your gas in?
Yeah, right. It just comes out. But the good thing is, it never smells.
Then why would they
That's the weird
care?
thing. Well, I can't have sex with a woman.
Thanks, Jason. I hope you have a good day.
I'm sorry, Howard.
Yeah, it's just, I'm not vibing here. I'm not sure what the question is. I'm not sure what the problem is.
And not sure how to talk to you.
Yeah.
No, I've heard too much.
Offer here, here's my advice. If you're around women, don't fart.
How about stopping the drinking?
Right. Go to a meeting. Get your life together. Oh, wait a second. Your ship might have come in.
What?
There's a woman on the phone. She says
She wants it?
Oh, yeah.
she loves when men fart. So this might be your girl.
Wendy.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
What's her name?
Oh, man.
I'm Sarah. I love farts. I love it when guys
Sarah?
fart. Yeah. Yeah, can you...
No way, Sarah. Sarah Sanders?
Okay, tell me what you smell like.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, Sarah, don't put out so much effort. I mean, this guy's whacked out.
Yeah, you gotta give him a chance.
Yeah.
But I really like it. Can you fart into the phone for me, please?
All right. We tried our best with this guy to make it. She
There's
generates.
no helping him.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. I don't know how to help you. I want to go see a doctor. Wow. What a bore.
I love it when people know exactly why something's happening, but they don't change it.
No. Gee, I guess I won't fart around women. Then I'll be getting a lot of women. It's too much. Hey, by the way, I do want to mention a couple of things around here. Hey, Gary, are you talking about your little car accident you had?
What?
I hear gossip. You want some office gossip?
Sure, I love office gossip. I never hear it.
Did you, drive your friend's car or something? This is the shit I hear. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Did you take your friend's car for a test drive, and then you drove it over a curb and fucked the tires up?
Oh, yeah, no, I scraped the rim, yeah.
Brand new car.
Brand new Tesla.
Tesla.
Why'd you drive it?
He was insistent that I try it out.
And how did you drive up on you know how to drive. How did you drive it up on a
I was
curb?
making a U-turn, and the rim scraped against the curb. I thought I cleared it, and I didn't.
What do you know about this, Jason?
I know that the friend was so upset he called.
Oh, he turned
He turned Gary in.
So he was like, hey, I bought a brand new fucking Tesla, right out of the...
2 weeks old.
2 weeks old.
He had
brand
to
new.
wait 5 weeks. Teslas are expensive.
Yeah,
And they're hard to get.
Hard to get. So he had to wait 5 weeks to get his. He has his for 2 weeks. He's with Gary. He lets Gary do a test drive. I don't know whose idea it was.
He insisted that I drive it, but okay.
He said immediately Gary wanted to go to a bakery to get black and white cookies.
Jesus.
In his brand new car.
Oh, that's not true either.
Well, that's what he said.
We went to a bakery because they weren't black and white cookies. They were cookies. We were on our way to a friend's house, and I was bringing them as a gift. Like when you go to someone's house, you bring something to the house.
And so you're going to the bakery to get cookies, and Gary, he said, took a sharp U-turn to turn around to go to the bakery, immediately hits the curb. And his friend said, you hear this scraping sound, and I thought Gary was going to stop.
Yeah.
But Gary just leaned into the turn.
Yeah,
kept
sure, why
going.
not? What does he care?
And he goes, he's also with the worst noise. He sent us pictures, and at first I was like, oh, it's just the rim, the rim
Right,
of the car.
who cares, yeah.
Tesla, right? Everything's expensive. One rim, $2,000.
Yeah, you don't know what rims cost.
I've offered to pay for it 50,000 times. I have a guy who can repair the rim. I said, I want to send the guy who picked up the car. I've done everything I can to fix this for him, and he's insistent that I don't. But I felt awful about it, and I've tried everything I can. You don't have to buy a brand new rim. There's people who can repair a rim, and I got a guy who can come pick it up.
Look, it was a brand new car. He needs a new rim.
That's fine. I'll pay for it.
He disagrees a little with that assessment as well.
Well, what does he
They
say?
got some weird business deal. This is according to Gary's friend. I'll talk to Gary about this, but I guess Gary is selling them a pinball machine.
Oh.
And the pinball machine, I guess he sold it for $1,000.
Right.
So the friend, when it happened, when according to the friend, when this happened, Gary said, "Hey, listen, man, don't worry about the cost of the pinball machine."
No, that's fair.
And the friends gave kind of the obligatory, don't worry about it.
Right.
And he goes, in less than 48 hours, Gary cashed the check.
Oh. So in other words, the guy really wanted Gary to pay for
I
it, but
didn't even
he...
know how much the rim, at that point I didn't even know how much the rim was going to be. Again, he insisted on buying my pinball machine. I just said, I'm sorry. He goes, I want that. I want to buy it.
What is your pinball machine? What kind of pinball machine you have?
It's like an old school from the 70s.
Those things, aren't they like way expensive because they're always breaking? You got to call the guy.
This one's fairly inexpensive. I charge him $900, which is about what I paid.
Yeah, I had a pinball machine once. I thought that'd be cool. And you know what? You play it a couple of times. It's kind of fun. And then all of a sudden, every time you go to play it, it's broken. And I'm calling a guy into my house to fix the stupid pinball machine. And you never end up losing it.
That's what I was gonna say. I actually have a couple friends that have pinball machines or like a big arcade, like an old style arcade.
Yeah.
Right.
Never use it.
Never.
There's always like a big party when they first get it. You come over, you're like, oh, we're playing Pac-Man. And then, yeah.
How come you didn't think about not checking, like cashing his check? That way you could have paid for the rims.
I'm not sure that the time it was like that. But I got a guy who gave me an estimate that he could fix the rim for about $200. They could repair it.
But Gary, it was his brand new car.
I understand
And
it.
he wants a brand new rim.
All right, the guy had an
He
accident.
said he wanted anything. I said, I want to do whatever I can to fix it. He never came back to me and said a new rim is $2,000. He never came back to me and said he wanted a new rim. I literally had a guy and I said to him, the guy can come and pick your car up today. He's like, no, that's okay. I'm like, you're one little day.
You know what I do, Gary? When people say to me, hey, you want to drive my car?
No.
Exactly. You just go, you know what, dude? It's a 2-week-old car. I'm not that into it. And if you really insist I
You
drive
can
it...
give me a ride if you
Not
want.
my call, not my problem.
That's not true.
Well, I agree with Gary, I think, in this case. I have to say.
Howard, I would do anything. If he said to me, write me a check for $2,000, I'd write it in a second. I felt terrible. I did not want to drive the car. He's like, you got to try this Tesla. It's amazing. I guess he was excited about it.
What's his goal? Like, he wanted you to buy a Tesla?
Is he a
I've been
salesman?
thinking about buying a Tesla, and he knew that. So he's like, you should really try this. It's amazing.
You guys are so fucking wacky with their cars. Like, it's so strange to me. Like, 100 years ago, I bought a Corvette because I was going through a midlife crisis, and of course, I bought the Corvette. And guys with other Corvettes would honk at me and wave.
Oh, yeah.
Like we
Because I
have
have
something.
a Corvette. That happens all the time.
Yeah, like, hey, man. You know, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not a car guy at all. My first car happened to be a Camaro because my neighbor was selling it for $400.
Yeah.
You know, it's an old Camaro. And so I don't know anything about the body style or what it means. And people would honk me down on the road, like want to talk about, like, oh, that's the 80s, that's the hatchback, that's the, are you selling it? I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, guys with cars, and like this friend probably wants to drive around with Gary in his Tesla.
But it is so funny that Gary's been on the wheel for 10 seconds.
I know,
Runs
he
it up on
fucked
the
it up.
curb. And is it, Gary, is that an accurate description that you hit the curb and then we're just like, fuck it, and just kept going right through it?
Of course I wouldn't say fuck it.
Well, not, you know,
I mean,
didn't
the
say
whole thing happened so
What should he have
I hit
done?
the curb and I said, let's see how much more damage I can do.
Well, I've done that before where I've, you know, start to make a turn, hit a curb.
Why
and
do
then
guys want
then I
everyone to
stop.
drive their car? Like, what is that? It's almost like one step away from one. Hey, want to fuck my wife?
Yeah, showing off.
Yeah.
I got a stick shift because I didn't even want anybody to drive it, you know, to have the chance to drive my car.
I got news for you. I don't want to drive your car.
But most people will go, oh, can I drive it? I'm like, no, it's a stick shift.
Yeah, I hate driving my car. Why do I want to drive your car?
You know, it's a status symbol.
So the friends have said he called over to like kind of.
Oh yeah, well, he could have waited till okay.
And it's kind of douchey. Super douchey.
And you know, the friend that I know
You
the
could have
friend.
told us, Gary.
Hey, Gary, you don't tell us anything. We have to rely on your friends to report you. Well, you know, once you start scraping the tire, dude, you know, like don't drive through the curb.
No, I haven't. It just like it wasn't like I drove through it. It just kind of happened all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I totally.
It wasn't like.
If you hear like there's some resistance,
I
stop.
bought him a black and white
I
cookie.
think that if I had been in that Tesla and that happened to me, that would now be my